Welcome in, everyone, to Dig on America, a socio-political podcast where every week we give you the dig on U.S. history, politics, policy, and sometimes even pop culture. And we discuss how they affect social issues today. DOA is independent media supported by listeners, but also, in all likelihood, a deep state propaganda arm funded by Jay-Z, George Soros, the Clinton Foundation, and general fictitious characters.
Ooh.
Larry Flint.
Larry Flint.
Woody Harrelson or the real one?
Yes.
The real one.
The real Woody Harrelson.
The Woody Harrelson one would have been a little bit better for me. But welcome in, everyone, to the show. We are here again, excuse me, for another live stream with my man, the myth, the legend from the streets of Gotham, Big Hasalasa Ding Dong. What's happening?
Hello. How's everybody doing out there?
Doing really
We're all
good.
ageists.
Are we?
Yes,
all
we
of us
are.
then?
I don't think it's all of us.
We will have a very exciting humidor today. We get to watch our guests swoon as the smoke smothers from the cigar. But until we get to that, we have our producer extraordinaire, Excelsior, Mr. Famine. What's happening?
Hello, Earthlings.
How are we today?
How is it going? I'm up from an old man nap. I got myself a little Crown Royal Peach.
Ain't nothing like an old man nap. Did you have the crocheted blanket with the fringe on it around your feet?
No, I got see the old man nap is being passed down to the new generation. I have a Spider-Man fleece blanket. It's got like pow, wish, squish, and all the like onomatopoeia words. That's my couch blanket of choice. You know, I gotta make it my own. You know what's
weird? Weird? When I take my naps, I lay across the bed.
Oh yeah.
Wide ways instead of laying regular.
So you're not going all the way to sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So my body knows that this is just a nap.
This is a nap.
It's
Don't
just
go
a nap.
all the way. Don't go all the way down.
Right. Don't go in the jungle deep.
No, not all the way.
Pause.
And also, to bring me out of it, I got my, what is this? This is my manly indulgence candle line. This is called Dark Forest.
Oh, I thought it was called manly indulgence. I was going to say if they got to name it manly indulgence, it's probably not. But
it's a
Dark Forest.
It's what is this?
Does it smell like pine cones and bear poop?
Mostly bear poop. It says here notes of oak,
Dark Forest by Charlton
balsam,
Heston,
cedar wood, and patchouli.
Cedar
So
wood.
I got a good manly aroma.
You know what would be
going on in here.
the best aroma for that candle? Find the one that just says Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris.
Man, Chuck Norris broke my heart coming out all right wing like that.
Really though.
Broke my heart.
Were you really surprised?
Really though.
Did he
You
though?
see
I
that
didn't know he
man's
did.
chest hair? He had hair growing off his shoulders like this. You know that Neanderthals like that gravitate to the right wing.
Selling exercise
So,
bikes.
Are you telling me Chuck? Are you telling me Chuck
Feeling
Norris?
good.
Trying to total gym it up.
Chuck Norris is a MAGA guy.
Yes.
Are you kidding?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude,
I
it's
guess
bad.
Dude,
I gotta make it official. I'm switching teams.
Pause.
Yeah, y'all can meme up Chuck Norris all you want, but you know he didn't want no smoke with Bruce. Just saying.
Oh, yeah.
Habitually, he's a habitual line
He don't want no
stepper.
smoke.
He didn't want that Bruce Lee smoke.
Nah.
I'm still a little bit mad though that he didn't come popping out at the end of Endgame. You know, just as a running joke
With some tight ass jeans on and a
with his Walker
button up shirt tucked
Texas
in
Ranger
tight.
hat.
Yeah.
He got like a Hanes tucked into some Lee 501s
Right.
with a Stetson.
This
Walk-
mug
talking
mixed the
about
brands.
Wong says
Mikey
you have
brands beautifully. He said some Lee 501s.
I told you I had my old man nap. I'm
Drinking
dialed in.
it's that Crown, boy. That peach is
Boy,
hitting.
look, you see me with the Euro step. I'm
I
doing
saw
this
you.
effortlessly.
Hey,
I'm done.
Yeah,
Mikey,
we have a
Mikey,
guest.
it's Mikey
Give it-
Doncic.
Mikey, why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest?
All right, everybody, get your singles ready. Coming to the stage.
Whoa, oh, hey.
Wow.
And you
Wow.
imagine if I had said that.
Well, you got to have rapport with people. Then you
Right.
can know where to play.
I have rapport with him.
Exude rapport.
That's not
rapport,
that
dude.
word.
That's sweat.
That's America's ass.
One of the leading voices in African American atheism, and a brilliant podcaster, and just an all around swell gal. This is a good friend of mine, Jena Miyu. Yay!
Hello. Evening.
Welcome.
Fan.
Are you also chilling to some sandalwood scented candles or anything like that right now?
That's the other joint I got. That's in the other room. That's not the sandalwood.
Oh, that's not sandalwood. Okay. Well.
Like Todd's beard conditioner, sandalwood and wintergreen.
Oh gosh.
How are you, Jena? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. No, I am relaxed amongst my hundreds and hundreds of pillows in my atmosphere on the floor. I'm feeling good. No, I appreciate being here. Thank you.
How are you sitting crisscross applesauce?
I don't have the space for a desk. See,
No, I'm
the way
genuinely
my bank
asking.
account work is that
Some people,
I have a house, right?
Some people sit with the legs out, and some people sit on the floor crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, are you doing that? Or are you doing like the sitting side saddle?
Yeah, you're doing the
I'm
cute side saddle.
Yes.
Oh, see, that's how I know you short.
That's some former model stuff right there. That's some
6'3".
former model stuff right there. She's like, I'm gonna sit side saddle. You're what?
You say you're 6'3"?
Yeah.
Really? Y'all listen to this girl lie to y'all faces like that? Hold your hand up, Jenna. Look at these little baby hands. Look at that. Talking about 6'3".
I was gonna say, I thought you said you were 5'10" a minute ago, and now you're 6'3". Did you grow?
You know what? I fluctuate. I don't know.
Do you, baby? Do you?
It's a metamorphosis.
Do what she want to do. Let her do what she want to do.
Hit the Budweiser button.
God, that's gonna be.
She's officially here.
To be the bane of my existence.
She's got to hit the
little soundboard all night.
Yeah, the ass-kissing has already started. Thank you.
That's her husband.
I'm waiting for a nice comment about me as well. I'm sure it's coming soon.
Oh, you missed it. Scroll up.
To a theater.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you so much.
Sure. To a theater near you. Theater near y'all. So real quick, I had an interesting thing happen.
You got to do the what's up.
Yesterday. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, Jena. Where'd it go? Oh, you know what? I deleted it off of here because of last week. Hold on. I have it though here. There we go.
What's that?
I had to delete it because last week we were playing all those other clips. Hey, so yesterday I came home from work and I have one of the guys who's a roommate here. He's like, I think he just barely turned 20. And he comes up to me and he goes, "Can you teach me how to make scrambled eggs?"
That's too bad.
And I said to him, yeah, right. And he's like, it took me about 2 minutes to figure out he was really being serious. He was asking me to teach him how to make scrambled eggs. At one point, I literally looked around. I'm like, am I being punked right now? Like, is Ashton Kutcher going to jump out of the vents or something like that? Like he's playing Among Us? And tell me. So I'm sitting there. I go, take the eggs, crack them. And he's like trying to crack the eggs. And he's struggling. And I'm like, whack them motherfuckers. He's like, oh, see.
Make sure you get plenty of shell in there.
That's calcium.
He goes, do I mix it up until I go, you want to mix it up till it's homogenous? He goes, oh, okay.
Use a multi-syllabic word there.
He's like, do I put the salt and pepper in now? And I'm like, okay, maybe I shouldn't feel this way, but I just can't believe someone who's 20 years old is asking me how to make scrambled eggs. So I feel like I did something good for society. I have helped enrich the life.
No, what you did, you just took the paycheck out of somebody's family's mouth, because now he can't go to McDonald's to get his eggs. You just taught him how to make some eggs, and now there's people can't feed their family because of you. Why you do that?
I guess that's in reference to the NASA shirt. So thank you. Yes, I'm on my way to Mars. I'm wearing a NASA shirt today for those on the audio side. So
that would have been awkward if we were matching. One of us would have had to change.
You ready for the first game? Let's call an audible. 21-14, Tulsa, Oklahoma. What? All right, we're going to play 4 down territory with Jena.
It'll have to be you two. It'll have to be just you two.
Okay.
I know her way too well. So
Haas, you go first.
Okay. Where is the place you've been where you see the most beautiful sunrise?
Oh my God.
why are you hating?
That's a good question. I like it.
Fucko.
I like it. Oh. Back in college, 2 years ago, because I'm still very young, where I stayed up after dark after a party and just sat on a grass, wet, and wet.
Moist butt.
I saw sunrise there. It was like cows.
Where is college?
Up north, Northern California. I am in California.
Okay.
Stanford?
So technically, no. UC Merced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Merced?
In Merced.
I'm going to be in California next month.
Ooh, yay.
I'm going to San Diego.
Oh, okay.
That's about 8 hours from where you are?
From Merced, it would be maybe.
I mean, if I was still there, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't understand California geography. Everything where as soon as I think I know where one city is, I'm completely wrong.
You're right in that city or past it.
Like when was y'all gonna tell me the Bay Area was up north?
Oh, dude, I'm today years old. I
didn't know that. I thought it was on the southern side.
You complain about me not knowing about the gravity of the moon on an expert level, but you don't know where San Francisco's at.
Is that the Bay? I'm just playing. I know that.
We know where San Francisco is. It's in California.
Anyway, moving on. All right. So did you finish answering the question? I'm sorry. I don't want to step.
She said in college on a grassy knoll on a wet ground after a party.
I wasn't sure if that was
turned.
Right.
I wasn't sure if that was the end of it.
After
all right,
kicking it all night to snap your fingers.
Oh my God! Do your step, and you could do it all by yourself.
What is a food that is traditionally loved by all that Jena hates?
Ooh.
Good question. It's
up there.
It looks like he's saying big money.
It's on the board. Good one.
That is difficult because I do love food. So I can only reference things I know I hate that majority people would probably hate, to be quite honest.
It's a cheating answer, but I'm okay with it.
Yeah. Liver.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That's not food.
I'm with you there because liver is.
Can we stick to the major food groups, please?
Stick to something edible. You talking about?
My mom used to make chicken livers because it was the cheapest thing to get.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd be like, "You better eat them fried chicken livers." No,
gizzards, boy. You better
get the gizzards. Exactly.
You better eat them gizzards.
Okay, no. I'll mention one that people may more like coleslaw. I'm not a fan.
You know what? You know what's funny, Jena? There's only 2 coleslaws I eat.
I bet you I know this. I bet you the same ones I like. Go ahead.
My grandmother Brown used to make coleslaw. God rest her soul.
Okay.
Her coleslaw and KFC coleslaw.
Okay, I knew it. KFC has the best coleslaw ever.
Killer man.
Yep.
What is the recipe? Let me look up the recipe for coleslaw because it's cabbage,
mayonnaise,
cabbage, vinegar, mayonnaise,
and
some other shit.
That's really about it.
Sound good.
Extra herbs and spices.
Yeah.
Raisins.
Yeah. No. That's
dried
sun-dried the party.
Sun-dried
tomatoes.
Yeah, they fuck up the party when they go, "Oh, we put raisins in the coleslaw." Like, you're an asshole.
Come on, Karen.
Fried green tomatoes.
Carrots shavings, I'm okay with.
I'm okay with carrot shavings as well.
Yeah, not.
We start putting fruit in the vegetables.
No, grapes and shit. You can go to hell with that.
Now, a regular salad, I will put some pineapple in, with my grilled chicken, some pineapple, and maybe some watermelon slices or some mango.
If you don't get your Panera recipe stealing that, come on, bro. Next, you know you're gonna be putting you'll be putting sunflower seeds in that bitch next with a vinaigrette.
Just a little garnish, little poppy seed dress, a little peach vinaigrette.
I believe you meant
a poppy seed bay.
That is a straight up like Panera Bread salad.
Next question.
Chicken and oranges and shit. Like,
what little orange? No, clementine. Not oranges, clementine slices.
It's so gross. I don't even want to talk about it. I don't even. Fruit.
Clementine sections. Not even slices. They're sections.
Nope.
How's be cutting it up all wrong and be having the rind and shit on the inside?
That's the healthiest part for your immune system. You grate a little bit of the clementine rind on there.
Don't put no zest. I don't want no zest. I want some food. Stop giving me
little
zest.
Pesto. No.
Pesto with clementines.
It's a garnish, but you can eat it.
Okay, I got a question.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask it like this. As a black woman, what is something that is assumed of black women that they are great at that you, what the fuck?
Somebody's phone just fell off the desk. I don't know who that was.
Dang.
This sounds like somebody got slapped the fuck out. What is something that is assumed that black women are great at, especially of your age, whatever that might be, that you are actually not that good at?
Wow.
And let's keep it clean here. Okay, now.
Wow. Just going to sexualize a black woman like that. I see how you are.
I knew it.
Damn.
That's how we do it.
He falls for the bait every time. 100% of the time he takes the bait. You're like a carp. You're always biting the bait when I want something else.
Oh, he said you're a bottom feeder.
Ooh.
A carp isn't really a bottom feeder, is it? A carp is always
they
always sit around the docks.
You read my mind, Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey Salmon in the Twitch chat. Thank you so much.
Mikey Salmon.
You can't braid?
I cannot braid or cornroll hair.
Okay. So I do my daughter's hair a lot.
I thought you were going to say you do your own cornrows.
As you could tell, them shits is all
hey, that's not the only hair he has on his body.
That's true. Very astute.
I do my daughter's hair and she wants braids all the time. I could do braids, but I could not cornrow.
Right.
I can't flat braid at all.
Not at all.
It's horrible.
I even tried to do twists because they're like the next best thing to cornrows. Like you just twist it like a cornrow. I can't do that. It's loose.
It just
I'm like, well, I can't.
You gotta have a beeswax, man.
You gotta throw a little bit of coconut oil or something on there.
Right.
Coleslaw, just in case you guys are still wondering, is a side dish consisting primarily of finely shredded raw cabbage with a salad dressing, commonly either a vinaigrette or a mayonnaise. Gross.
I think that if I had to bet, KFC uses vinaigrette because it's got that sweet to it, and it's not milky. It's not too milky.
You know who has coleslaw that's not that good that everybody seems to love is Cane's.
I don't even know what is Cane's.
Cane's is a fast food joint. They got.
Is that like Hardee's?
No.
Better than it's like Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Oh, never heard of it.
But it's out west. It's out west and it's down south.
They have them in Chicago.
They have like two, but they came up like this year.
Yeah.
They're like brand new. Expanding the market.
All right. So let's see. I was trying to think of something political.
I was trying to stop for you, Holly.
Let's do this. If you had the power to promote any member of the United States Senate to the presidency today, and because I know you'd pick Bernie Sanders, I'm going to make it harder. It has to be a conservative.
How do you know I'm going to pick Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
Everybody picks Bernie Sanders.
But you got to understand, Dutch has dated a lot of black women.
Oh shit! You got experience, dog. My bad.
Yeah, so that's how he knew that you would say Bernie.
You got cred. Yeah. Okay, I'll answer that. No, I wasn't gonna fucking pick Bernie Sanders.
She's interested in joining the ranks of the ex-Dutch's black girlfriends, perhaps.
Dutch, you remind me of what's his name? Gary
Here shooting up the
Owens. Gary Owens.
Gary Owens.
Oh shoot, yeah.
That you kind of favor him now. I think about it.
I'm asking the question, and then I'm like, so there's really not any true conservative or progressives in the Senate that as I was going through them in my head, except maybe Elizabeth Warren, but she's like, back and forth all the time.
And that was going to be my choice.
And at the last second, I thought, oh, fuck Bernie Sanders. Boom, I have to get him. I have to move it off the list. So we'll stick from, you had to pick a Republican. Who would be the one that you would pick if you had no other choice?
Oh, God, you gotta make this hard.
Yes.
Okay.
Pause, by the way, pause.
Alive or dead? Well, you said current. Huh?
You can do past, sure.
Okay, I will say John McCain.
All right, that's a fair choice. Okay.
He he had Obama's back. Pulled that Mac away from my old woman. Like, no.
Yeah, no.
And was hated for it from that moment.
And was hated for it, but he was like, "Fuck y'all." Put up the middle finger in the Senate for not passing that bullshit meta healthcare law rewrite. Blah blah blah. Was like, no.
What you trying to say, Tons of Mice? That black women are vindictive or something?
That's her husband.
To be talking to my man like that.
And he got experience. All right, so we're gonna talk. Thank you for playing along with the game. We'll play another game with Jena later. No pause needed. It's a female.
Pushed it.
But we're gonna talk today about a topic. And the topic that Jena has selected, actually, Jena, you got pipes. Tell us what they are.
Wow.
So, let me clear my pipes. Excuse me.
Take your mouth.
Oh, see.
I know what to expect. I watch the show. It's all right.
She knows the inside joke too.
It's a cross.
For you.
She hates the soundboard too.
I hate that thing already. It's a cross between talking about Medicare for All, which I have some, surface understanding, but just because I'm a nurse doesn't mean I know everything under the sun about insurance.
You're a nurse too?
I am.
I just sent the link to the show to Haas's wife.
I don't know why you did that. You just sealed the deal.
She's already setting up her Tinder account.
Mikey.
And kind of really wanted to dive into inclusion in healthcare practices. Basically, what I mean about inclusion is, applying the same high standard of medical care to any demographic of person, whether they be of the same sex, opposite sex, recognize different gender, belief, whatever. So that's my passion there.
Okay, so thank you for that. So again, I asked her, I was like, you can talk about whatever you want. This is what she picked. Now, usually I'll do a little, I'll put together a little paper, outlining some history on the topic. Unfortunately, on Medicare for All, there is no history because every time they've tried to bring it up, they've called it communism. So that's the history. That's why we don't have it. And we already talked about that kind of in our education, in our healthcare, dig on the healthcare system show from about a month ago. So you can check that out. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something a little bit different.
Here we go.
So, well, I put it in the chat yesterday to what I was going to do. So I am going to leave the show. And you are going to hear from some very prominent conservative pundits. Did Haas just disappear?
I thought you were leaving, not Haas.
No,
bit of a technical snafu.
I
He's
said
sorting something out.
Okay.
I said I was leaving, and then the next thing you know, Haas is gone from the show.
He's like, "Sweet, going to bed. Peace out, y'all."
So here's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to fade myself, and we're going to hear some opinions from some lovely people that I know you're all going to love.
Ah,
And the first person to come on the show and talk will be me, Tucker Carlson. So I'm going to rally against Medicare for All here. I got my mean face is going to come out in a minute. Everybody says that Medicare for All is going to give us all these cost savings. Let me tell you, with the federal government fully financing our healthcare system, politicians have incentive to shift away from on the books budgetary costs to off the books but very real expenses. On top of that, you've got all these folks who are right now billing Medicare at only about 90%, and it has to be offset by somebody. So they charge the other companies about 120 to 130% to offset that cost. So without that, they're not going to have anybody to offset the cost to. So therefore, the bank system's going to go bankrupt. It has to be $2 trillion a year. It's going to cause a drag on the economy, and it's going to be caused by an excess burden of taxations. This is going to screw American individuals, and it's socialism. So there's my opening statement.
Cool. I don't even know what the fuck you just said.
It was English, I think.
I think so. Tucker, for one, your voice sounds very different than what I'm used to hearing. Way too deep for your pre-investment age. But I would say with Medicare for All, you're completely wrong as far as driving up costs for people. It is viewed as a universal, a type of universal healthcare system that assures people that, whether it's offered through the state or if it's offered on a federal level, that you're given that, assurance to a high standard public access to healthcare. So obviously there is some issues within the healthcare system where we're not appropriately providing that high standard. And this can be multiple reasons. Obviously private funding takes away certain expenses, and, equipment and machinery to do procedures is like up the ass high. But that's, yeah, thank you. But, if we remove those privately funded authorities and focus it on just the public option where it's either run by the state or federal, and I personally think it should be run federally because, state by state, they just run their own stuff. If we provide the appropriate amount of funding a year, which Congress constantly signs off and votes on when they make their budgeting, consultations and stuff like that, then we can there won't be any like driving up of costs. It's all given to you through your government, and rightfully so. If you have a healthy population, you have a healthy workforce, people work, economy boasts. Easy.
Is this all for Jenna, or do we get to chime in too?
Yeah,
you guys get to reply to everybody.
There we go.
Tucker's waiting.
Okay. Tucker, I don't like you being here. I'm just going to kick you off the show. We had a other incident of a mouth breather like you trying to sneak their way onto the show, and I had to privately dismiss him. So you're out of here. Let's get Tucker. Now just playing. I think it's a myth that having single payer healthcare increases the cost on things. Mm-hmm. Because if that were the case, then there's no way that Republicans or anyone who's on the right would ever want the government to take care of our infrastructure, and there's no way that they would let them take care of our police and our military. But somehow they feel that that is the best and most secure and cheapest way of doing things. But when it comes to actually keeping people healthy, they decide that is not the way to do it, and that people should just fight in the streets for whoever can get a prescription. Mm-hmm. So what do you say to that, Jason Tucker?
I like the face.
I
Fat fucking face.
You know, okay, we're done here. Get him off the show. Cut the stream. Crazy socialist is here again.
We got a commercial break.
Okay. Listen, Fox News viewers, you people know that we are patriots here. Okay, we're patriots, and these people are just socialists. They're crazy. Patriots. So let me bring in someone with a little bit more expertise on this.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh my fucking God!
Okay, so I'm here to talk about prices. First, let's consider the argument that Medicare has lower prices. This happens because the government, the largest purchaser of healthcare, can demand lower payments for services compared to private insurers. In fact, because Medicare is the only payer for people age 75 or older, it can take it or leave it prices. And choosing to leave means providers
that Red Bull enema.
All right, so hold on.
He's on that bang.
Yeah, I gotta slow you down, Ben. So this is what you do when you listen to Ben Shapiro. You put him on 1/4 speed.
Put him on 7.75.
Yeah. Consider the first argument that Medicare has lower prices. This happens because the government, as the largest purchaser of healthcare, can demand lower payments for services compared to private insurers. In fact, because Medicare is the only payer for people age 65 and older, it can, quote, take it or leave it prices. And choosing to leave it means providers can't treat 40 million of the sickest Americans. This is a lot of market power indeed. Economists like Ira Swede have a word for it. Monostopy. The classic problem of monostopy buying power, however, is
pills for that.
Under provision of services. The medical market is no exception. The problem manifested in Medicaid years ago as states started to clamp down on payments. Providers exited the market, leaving us with the patchwork system we have today. These are his actual words, by the way. Could the same happen with Medicare? We are already hearing reports of doctors who do not take Medicare patients. In a 2010 survey of 9,000 physicians, the American Medical Association reported that 17% of doctors restricted the number of Medicare patients among primary care physicians. A whopping 31% did. With universal Medicare, is the population really going to accept? And would Congress really allow the continued reductions in prices?
Rebuttal. We don't even have universal health care. So comparing that type of percentage to providers not accepting Medicare, because the only type of Medicare that we have is only limited to people 65 and older, or if they have certain chronic illnesses that meet above that age. So that's not a healthy comparison. You can't compare something that we presently don't have existing to which, of course, it is, Medicare is only allowed in certain states. So there is a state by state process. 2, it's only limited to that certain age group or other extraneous, chronic health conditions.
Demographic.
And 3, thank you. And 3, yeah, not everyone can get Medicare. Because of those limitations, and therefore, if it's run by the state, they're only receiving only so much amount of that money to them from the federal government. And 2, depending on the state, especially if it's run by a Republican, they may take away some of that funding that should have gone to Medicare supplementation for people in their state and move it somewhere else or keep it for themselves or whatever kind of funny bullshit that they do. So yes, those numbers that you said may or may not be true. I don't know. I don't have any references. So I'll just take your word for it on that. But to appropriate that in the sense that we now have universal health care and then say, oh, providers now won't consider even having patients under this is because of those reasons that I stated. Low funding, funds, and whoever is controlled it by state to state.
Mikey?
I'm going to read something from the chat here. Simply Secular Dave says, "Hi, Dave. Do you know that how many Americans don't go to the doctor right now? If you went to Medicare for All, the system would be bogged down with patients for years." And that speaks
like in
to
every other developed country in the nation in this world that has a.
Well, I think we're kind of in a very unique spot where we're so far behind and we're so late to doing it. And it's almost cultural for a lot of us to, when we're sick, the first thing you do is you check that bank account. You don't say, I'm sick, I'm going to go get well, or something's not right, let me go get this checked out. You just say, well, I don't really have that copayment right now. That might, I mean, like even like ambulance rides, like people will drive themselves bleeding to the hospital to save money.
Mikey, I hate to interrupt real quick.
Yeah.
But have you watched that damn Michael Che on I believe it's HBO Max? He had it's a sketch show. And he had a sketch where this dude got shot. He's like, hey, I'm gonna call 911. And dude was like, no, man, don't do that. My girl trying to buy a house, man.
Funny, but it's real.
They ended up taking an Uber to the hospital. It was hilarious. It was hilarious. Until the dude died or whatever.
But that's part of.
Oh fuck, we gotta listen to that bitch.
I know, right?
That's part of the American experience now. Is you have to weigh healthcare versus, do I want to buy a house? Do I have bills that are due soon? We can't even get to the conversation of whether we need this right now or not, because we're so past the point of the conversation. It's so past the point.
Tons of mice. I can't. I love it.
Are you guys done talking now?
No, it'll get better. That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
You know,
you better walk it off.
And for those who want to say that America has the best healthcare in the world, you might want to check the rankings.
We don't.
It's good.
It's like
if you
7th or 8th in the world.
Oh yeah, it's good if you
not
can
the best.
Get it.
You know, it's the best if you can afford it, if you have the means. You know, you want that Magic Johnson healthcare, you got to have some Magic Johnson money.
I wouldn't win no rings as a rookie.
Right.
Can Candace speak now?
No, fuck her.
Hell no, dude. Pass.
Proponents of universal Medicare often point to the much higher administrative costs in the private plans. But are such higher administrative costs, and I'm not dying on this hill here. Okay, I'm not going to die on this hill. But are such administrative costs necessarily bad? For one, and again, I'm not dying on this hill, the large variation in Medicare costs suggests inefficiencies that might be corrected through more administrative spending. Over the last 40 years, and I won't die on this hill, but the Dartmouth Group has documented extensive geographic variation in Medicare spending that is unexplained by demographics, by income, or disease severity. And you're a socialist. Areas with 30% higher spending seem to have no better outcomes. So again, Candace Owens knows everything. Ironically, though, Medicare's low administrative costs, about 3% compared with 17% in the private sector, may be to blame for the high spending. The private sector uses these funds to do a better job of controlling excessive use. So you're socialists and you suck.
Got him, Russ. We finally got him.
There you go. There you go.
Got his ass.
All right, let's Big Haas. Anyone care to rebut the beautiful intelligence of Candace Owens? I can't even say that.
That's one half right. That's one half right. She's pretty. Except for in that picture. Oh, the finger. I recognize that finger right there. That is the finger of accusation.
Oh yeah, she blames somebody.
You know you was out with that bitch.
Yeah.
There it is.
You can go home to Pamela.
Felicia's cousin Laquan saw you out with that bitch.
Oh my God.
Y'all was at the motherfucking drive-in. Her feet was on the sunroof. He synced it.
He Snapchatted me the whole thing.
The whole thing, blow by blow.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Candace. Other than you're wrong and you just died on that hill.
And
I said I wasn't going to die on this hill. I said, listen, I'm not going to die on this hill.
Here's my thing is that why is it that for conservatives the one resource that agrees with their ideology is automatically more credible than the aggregate of resources that refute that ideology. She, throughout her whole soliloquy, she referenced the Dartmouth Group. One, not multiple studies by MIT, Stanford, the Economic Policy Institute, things like that. One, the Dartmouth Group. Who? Damn, I'm not certain on this because I'm not looking for it right now. But someone else in a past conversation referenced them, and I looked them up, and I'm about 95% sure they are a conservative-leaning research think tank type group.
Dartmouth Group.
Yeah, I am almost 100% certain. I could be wrong, but that always seems to be the case when discussing any issue. That when you talk about studies and statistics, they'll pull out one, like that's day one. That's day one. Every time I try to talk about racism,
it's even more funny when you do go back to that reference or said study.
Yeah.
And you read what they supposedly read.
Yeah.
Hopefully beyond the title.
Yeah.
Or the abstract, at the very least, beyond the abstract. And you read through it and you're like, this is not what they said.
Yeah. Yeah. They tend to parse sections of the article. They'll take one sentence out of the whole article and make that the thesis of their position. Instead of reading the whole thing. I don't know how many times I've been linked to an article and I read the article and I'm like, wait a minute. And I'm screenshotting. I'm like, they said this, they said this, they said this. This one sentence that you're referencing isn't even a complete sentence because they put comma, but, or however.
It's not. And you're applying it to your frame of this is true for me, not what this says outright.
They get to the part that they agree with and then they stop.
Exactly.
Oh, sweet. Why is Jartan?
What does he have to say? What does Mr. I deserve a special diet while in jail have to say? And then he got it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Stop.
Enough. You're out of control, Dutch.
What's funny is those dudes a few years ago were trying to be
tell us about who's on tell the audio people who's on the screen.
The Hodge Twins. And a few years ago, they were trying to be successful online fitness personalities. And then they found out that being contrarian paid better. So now they are.
All right, let's let they get the floor right now. So hey guys,
hold on. How many more you got backstage?
Right.
10.
How many people in the green room, dude? Because I don't know how much. Like I said, I'm on a time limit. I'm on a time limit today.
All right. It's ruinous to healthcare quality. Medicare for All will hurt the quality of healthcare in America. Senator Bernie Sanders and other M4A advocates rely on misleading international comparisons that make the quality of U.S. healthcare look bad. In reality, Americans have access to world-class healthcare, bro, especially the Americans with private insurance. But we can kiss that shit goodbye under M4A. Flex my muscles.
Oh, yeah, that's how you do it.
Now.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Mikey told me to behave, so I gotta behave.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you.
And so am I. Anyway, again, they use those international references to make American healthcare look bad. No, it's not number one. It may be world-class healthcare, but it is not in the top 5. It's not in the top 3.
Nowhere close.
So, and guess what systems are?
It's not going to be one with single payer. That would be impossible. That would totally debunk their entire.
Yes. And it's like these people have never looked up Google or Bing or whatever search engine you want to use.
Not Bing.
USA world rank in healthcare. Enter. 2021, 2020, 2019. I can't remember the last year we were number one.
We weren't. Taiwan is up there.
Taiwan. He live up the street.
I don't know how to.
Is that Salmon Rushdie?
I don't know how to.
Oh, that's Mark Levin. Oh, I'm sorry.
Levin.
He looked like Salmon Rushdie to me.
I hate to break it to you. I did that exact same Google search, and the U.S. ranks number 22, falling 7 spots on the list compared to 2020.
Damn, we down to 22. We're down to 22. We can't even get in the NCAA tournament with a ranking like that.
We can't even get to the power rankings right now.
Right.
Wow.
We ain't in the power 10.
No.
You guys would be you radical liberals would be a 7th seed in the NCAA tournament of
I hate you.
Of healthcare.
We'd be Tennessee Chattanooga.
You socialist shit. You shut your mouth, you socialist shit.
Hey,
Medicare
Jenna,
for all will not help the uninsured, okay? Medicare, you socialist pig. Medicare for all will not help the uninsured. Just remember, the last expansion of the government health insurance was Affordable Care Act's expansion of Medicaid. Damn these socialists!
Stop
Jesus
it!
Christ, slow down, dude.
You're kind of nailing this. I need you to relax. Okay.
The program for low-income people as a study. Listen, a study in the New England Journal of Medicine. New England. It's socialists in New England. They're radical leftists, okay? And they themselves said, people, listen, they themselves said, these socialists, that Medicaid coverage generated no significant improvements.
Every letter in socialist.
No significant improvements compared to being uninsured in measured physical health outcomes in the first 2 years. None. You're a socialist pig.
Dutch, rein in the ilk. I can't.
That is exactly how Mark Levin sounds when he's pissed, though. If you've ever heard the dude, that's spot on.
I haven't had the pleasure.
Oh, there's no pleasure to be had.
There you go. That was
and I'm out. I'm out on that. I gotta have some sort of good feelings.
Nah, it's just all bad. Well, this from the chat. Oh, go ahead.
Go oh, I'm sorry. I don't know why. Please.
No, do it.
Say my show. Okay.
Do it, guest.
Exactly.
Go ahead,
read
it.
The fact that they worry about wait time increases shows that there's already demand for services that is being rationed due to economic situation.
Which is a travesty in the so-called greatest nation in this world.
It is.
Yeah. I mean, the long lines show that people are already sick.
Mm-hmm.
And they're just on that now insurance.
Hey man, I've been there. I've been there.
Arguments.
Rub some tussin on it. You know,
hit it with the Windex.
Trying to tell you, it's crazy out there, man. I've been sick, and if it wasn't for my grandmother, God rest her soul, and my grandfather, God rest his soul, I'd have been messed up. My lip would look like this right now. To go, my grandparents paid out of pocket for me to get stitches. I got like 12 stitches in my lip as a youngster. And I got 7 stitches. No, I fought with a curve with my handlebars of my bike.
Oh,
I was playing Batman and Robin, and we had garbage bags on for capes. And I was like, "Come on, Robin!" And I turned around and bang, right into a fucking curb, and bam! I had the rearview mirror on my handlebars, but the screws got loose. And it slipped down, so I couldn't look in my rear view to tell Robin to come on. My boy Cliff. No. Shout out to Cliff Bullock. He was Robin. Cliff? And I look back like, come on, Robin. And when I look back, you know how sometimes when you look, the handlebars kind of go.
Your head go with it. Your arms go with the head.
I turned around and bow. The bike flipped up. I landed on my back. Fucking bike landed on me, gushing from the mouth. Bottom lip was just split like this.
Oof.
I look like that one Blade Trinity when they had the dogs and their faces was split open. I was tore up.
You had the predator mouth going. You had the mouth inside the mouth.
Who the fuck are you?
No!
Not the xenomorph.
Dude,
poor little Haas.
I was out there bad.
Little baby Haas was out there.
Little chick that I had a crush on ran out. Are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not crazy. I'm okay.
Of course, that's when Panty Mayonnaise come around the corner. That's when the crush come around the corner.
Why, I'll never see his girl unless I look bad. I don't ever see her when I look good. When I got the fresh haircut, no.
No, she ain't nowhere near the shop. She ain't see
when
how
I'm catching, when I'm playing football in the street and I'm catching the touchdowns and stuff. No, when it bounce off my hands or I run into a car, she there.
Yeah.
When she ain't there for the fade, but she'll be there when I get the alcohol on the edge.
When I got the damn kitchen looking out of control and shit.
When they touch me up after they do my lining and they hit me with the alcohol and it burn a little bit, that's when she show up.
That's that Barbasol.
When they cooking me with the Barbasol, she show up for that, but she don't see the fade afterwards.
Happens to women too.
Ain't it the worst?
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
You come out and you go to class and you are looking good. You got your hair done that weekend because it's Sunday. You got to get that hair done. So you go back to class
them butters
Monday,
whipped.
They ain't there. Then later on in the week,
you got your bonnet on,
you woke up late, so you late.
You got your SpongeBob pajama bottoms on.
You didn't really do the hair.
And a Victoria's Secret pink tank top.
Yeah,
you were like, I'll just bring my makeup to school and do it later.
Yeah.
Forgot your deodorant. Keep right there.
That mug's sitting there right there next to you.
You walk in, not your best, because you had your strut earlier in the week.
Right.
Now you lost it because
and that mug lean over and be like, long night.
And he's right there in the first row. And he just happened to just turn just as you walking in. I can't even get by you and just be like, I'm in the back today. I know.
Dutch, what's with all these disgusting? You had Mr. Raphael Cruz on the screen a second ago.
I was told I'd be the only guest this evening.
Can we please move along, please?
Okay, we're moving on. Yeah, well, you turned it into talking about people falling off their bikes. All right.
People, it was me.
The
busted lip. Hello, out here looking.
Me, Kaylee McElhenemy. Medicare.
Oh boy!
Jeez, I can't even talk about that. Medicare for all. Medicare for all will end private insurance options, including employer-provided insurance plans. It says right there in the name, Medicare for all, air quotes. As Larry Levitt, a health policy expert and a guy I slept with in college, said at the left-leaning Kaiser Family Foundation. So keep in mind, this guy is a radical socialist. Has said, quote, as a practical matter, Senator Sanders' Medicare for All bill would mean the end of private health insurance. They're going to rip your child away from his loving doctor. Okay? Employer health benefits would no longer exist.
Hey, Kaylee.
And private insurance would be prohibited from duplicating under the coverage of Medicare. The world is shot. Yes. Oh, hi. You're very cute. Hi.
Yeah. Don't look me right in the face, please. When you
like Prince.
So it's funny, if we removed healthcare, the responsibility of healthcare from certain employers, I guess they couldn't use that as a way of, I don't know, strong arming people into not getting the wages that they deserve.
Damn.
I guess you'd have to pay people what they actually are worth if you couldn't use that carrot stick thing mantra by dangling healthcare out in front of them. Like, hey, if you come work over here for us after 2-3 months, you can get that Blue Cross and Blue Shields. That's that good shit. You know, that PPO is nice.
Look, no one cares about people. Okay, we're not talking about people here. We're talking about doctors, and doctors have worked their entire lives to make this money and to get these jobs, and they owe so much in student loans, and your employer gets you really, really good coverage right now. Do you want them to rip? Do you want them to rip Haas's poor child, his innocent poor child, from the clutches of his loving, benevolent physician? You're radical.
How much do doctors get paid? How much do nurses get paid?
All the doctors that I ever slept with made quite a bit of money.
I bet they did, honey.
I think most right-wing arguments when it comes to healthcare are backwards. Like they're starting at not to get into Israel and Palestine, But when people only look at the very last thing that happened and they try to solve for the very last thing that happened, they're not looking at all of the stuff that led up into it. So the fact that people are at jobs that don't pay them well, which stifles their
healthcare,
just for the healthcare, which stifles their productivity, which makes things cost more, which makes it like it's a
which makes them take other jobs too because it's not paying well. And everybody know that everybody at the same time. What's the number one reason for bankruptcy in America? Healthcare bills.
Healthcare bills. So if they did not have those bills, what happens then? We can't even discuss.
Get paid more.
We can't even
pay more. Yeah. They could become entrepreneurs, as someone said in the chat.
Yeah,
because now they don't have to worry about keeping the job for the insurance, so they could go out and start a business, provide a service, be their own boss, and not have to worry about, man, if Randy gets the chicken pox, I don't have it. I don't have insurance.
I just flew in from Cancun.
Put it out.
Oh man. Raphael, Cancun, in the place to be.
I just flew in from Cancun, where I was only going because my kids wanted to go there, and I just wanted to be.
Wait. Take two on Raphael. You know his voice. He's kind of slimy, kind of almost foghorn, leghorny. Give him a little high pitched joint. Like, all right, everybody, back to one.
This car has great mileage on it. This car has great mileage.
I just went
used
out
car
to
salesman.
Cancun. I'm gonna start coughing here because I'm talking with a different pitch. My voice. I'm back from Cancun. So listen.
Why you got to put all that on his voice? He just sounds like a slimy little eel person.
Medicare for All will stretch Medicare
and
rob resources from those who truly need a safety net. Today, the United States has health care safety net programs for veterans. I sound more like Jeff Sessions.
So you got to talk. Put some sprinkle some drawl, some southern drawl.
I'm getting a sore throat already. So pause.
Stop rasping it. Do slimy. Don't do raspy. Do slimy with
Ted Cruz. Let Ted Cruz start over. Right. Medicare for All will stretch Medicare and rob resources from those who truly need a safety net. Those today in the United States has healthcare safety net programs for veterans. We have programs for seniors, and we have programs for low-income people, particularly low-income pregnant women who are going to save those babies, children, and people with disabilities that we don't care about once they're born. Opening these programs to everyone would make it harder for vulnerable patients, okay? The poor, the disenfranchised, the people that you pretend to care about. It will keep the care from them. In fact, and I'm going to cite a fact here that only I know because I'm privileged. 1/5 of doctors, my friends, the ones Kaylee fucked and the ones I had over for dinner, already turn away new Medicare patients.
Allegedly.
And it's worse.
Allegedly. I need an allegedly fucking thing on here.
It's even worse on Medicaid. Centers for Disease Control data prove this. They show it. Shut up.
So, okay, you talk real shit, Raphael, because I guess I could see some comparison or some differences. No, sorry, excuse me, misspoke. I can see some differences in a woman that is, pregnant, late term, whatever, versus, a 65-year-old that, is maintaining their diabetes. Obviously, she's not a person in dire need of care. But no, because throughout that whole 9-month pregnancy, she does need to have, women visits, examinations, make sure that fetal heartbeat's good and ready and strong and proud American once it burst out that womb.
Sounds like justice.
Patriot. Yes. Because, if you just get knocked up, that's it. You carry that baby and, pop it out.
That's
there's
it.
no
That's all you do. You just walk around. You don't go get check. You don't go check on the baby at all, or you don't go check on yourself at all to make sure you don't get injustice to diabetes or any other myriad of complications you could possibly have.
Making up words. Yep.
Preeclampsia, things like that. You don't check for that. No.
I know for a fact from Mr. Raphael that what is it called? The prenatal vitamins. They're like 30 cents. They're so cheap. They're just falling off of the back of trucks. We're We're just filthy with them. They're everywhere. They're just so cheap, and all that prenatal health care, it's pennies on the dollar.
Pennies.
That's why everybody needs the government to help them do it, because it's so cheap.
Here's the reason why Medicare for All will not work.
Oh no! Wait! No, all right. Now you're doing the buffalo headed. Nope. So just think, he sounds like a surfer bro. So give him the surfer bro.
Dude, man, healthcare for all is bad, dude.
Yeah, give him the surfer bro, Dutch.
I don't have to. He just did it. That was the argument.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
Dude, like, hey, battle cry. Healthcare. I love my doctor, man.
Gestational diabetes.
Yes. The QAnon shaman says that you're a socialist.
That's right, dude.
You're a dirty communist.
That's right. God,
and you're taking away my rights. My rights and my freedoms to choose
Trader Joe's
my own doctor.
Prison food, dude.
Yes. And organic Gouda cheese.
That's right.
Is this pillow gluten free?
Straight from the goat's udders, dude.
Am I a socialist or am I a communist?
Yes.
God damn it.
Yes. Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right.
All
Here's
I wanted some fleece line socks.
All right, we have one more. We have one more guest here. We've saved the best for last.
Oh Jesus!
No,
I'm back. I'm back on Voice from the Underpants.
Go to jail already.
I hear you guys have switched names. Not going to happen. It's fake news.
You are fake news.
I am here, and I have the strongest argument of all time.
And the smallest hands.
My hands are very bigly. They're very bigly hands. Okay, it will do two things, and I'm going to tell you what it is, because listen, the media won't tell you this. The left-wing radicals, they won't tell you any of this. There's two things with a third thing, because many people have told me these three things are two things. Medicare for All will reduce medical innovation, number one. It will worsen the culture war, which I didn't start. It was started by Barack Obama. If you like political debates about birth control, abortion, and physician-assisted suicides, and fake vaccines, which I created, by the way, but they're very bad for you, or these transgender surgeries, or whatever they want to call these people who, born a man, Adam and Steve, then you will see the culture wars will get worse. So again, medical innovation will go down, culture wars will go up, and worst of all, the government will be all in your face, all in your grill. The government will be infringing on your life, and that's socialism, and we don't like it. So Medicare for All bad, Obamacare even worse, even though it's not the same, but it's worse because Obama.
Southern District of New York.
and I want to say one last thing, one last small caveat here before I leave. And I love this show. You guys are wonderful conservatives and great supporters always.
How do we
back
ban
since
him?
the first episodes.
I don't know.
I just want to announce that I will be coming out with my own plan in 2 weeks.
I'm sure you will. From
Mr. Trump, how did you like that government health care when you got that COVID vaccine?
Well, first of all, I was injected with a placebo. They only gave.
Spell it.
PLACIDO.
Placebo.
The only one in the family who actually got the real vaccine was Eric, of course.
Yeah, because Melania got that penicillin shot because she know what she be doing.
Yeah, she did.
Melania.
He said Eric didn't get it. It was the older one. The one whose name I totally didn't forget.
I haven't seen Melania since I left office.
I bet not. I would love to see one
missing.
picture of them together.
For real.
Have you seen one picture of them together since he left?
I believe she's running around the countryside with Channing Tatum at the moment, but it's okay because I think
Putin got your girl, bro.
Oh yeah.
Putin said, "Hey, Melania, come on over."
He said, "Come on home, baby. The mission's over. Come home, baby. The mission's over." Like salt.
You better not go over there with him.
I've been drinking Clorox.
You better be back in 2 weeks. Look, at the end of the month, you better be back over here. Okay, you better
Megyn
talk
Kelly
to me about a divorce.
Megyn Kelly is back on my team. We're back together, and she loves me.
I know Putin wouldn't take my girl.
I have a campaign to get to now, so I'm having a rally in Tulsa. There's going to be many people there. Just ask anyone. Many people will be there. We're gonna do great things, and please support Mike the recount. Where I just need your money, and I promise not to spend it on my own.
And don't
legal
forget
defense.
to donate to my legal defense fund.
It won't, that's
I'm sorry.
It won't,
a re-election campaign. I'm sorry, re-election campaign.
We're running.
My bad, I misspoke.
I'm running for governor. So let's say, all right. So real quick before I go back on the show, thank you, Tucker. Thank you, Ben. Joe Manchin showed up for a second. He didn't really say much.
No,
he looked like a Muppet.
Trump, thank you again. Mr. Cruz, always a pleasure.
Yeah, Raphael.
I'm very fucking angry right now. Yo, bros, what's happening?
The Flex Twins.
I'm
not gonna die on this hill.
You died.
Please fuck me hard.
Dutch.
Allegedly.
Behave, Dutch.
Allegedly.
Jesus.
She might like it romantical. And guess what? If she's banging conservatives, it probably is very romantic and soft. Allegedly.
Like as I fade back in here.
And
fading back in.
Fade to white. Jenna! Booyah!
Racism. Okay. So we decided to have a little bit of fun there. So let me say something.
Yeah, I don't think I agree with this at all.
Let me just say something real quick here. All right. So you can have every single argument in the world that you want against universal health care, Medicare for all, call it whatever you want. I know that there's different proposals, specifically different things. And, there's a couple different variants out there. But here's the point. The point of the matter is that if you have a business and you're a small business owner, you are stifled in a myriad of different ways. But one of the biggest detriments of growing your business is the fact that if you hire people and you want to be competitive in bringing good people, you have to pay for their health care. That's an extreme cost. That hampers small business. Number two, if you have a child that is sick.
Hold on. Before you go to number two, let's talk about number one. Yeah, I'm glad that you actually did like numbers. You usually say like number one, but then you go like A through H on number one. So I'm glad you had a number one that was just number one. I think I'm glad that was your number one, because that shouldn't be your job. You don't know how to give people good healthcare. You know how to run a construction company or a tech company or an IT firm. That's what you're good at.
Exactly.
For us to imagine or pretend for a moment that you would suddenly know how to perfectly navigate the healthcare system to most adequately fit each and every one of your individual needed employees is crazy. There's no way you would know how to do that. Because if you knew how to do that, you wouldn't be fucking running construction or fucking IT. You'd be doing that. Mm-hmm. We should let people be good at what they're good at and let other people be good at what they're good at. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. See, I agreed with you and he didn't fucking say anything. But see, Dutch, this is why I don't agree with you.
Well, because because you made me forget my other points. Write
them down, bro. Get some fucking paper.
Number two, okay, is there's a massive amount of people in this country who have had major medical issues, and that has been followed up by major debt. I know personally people who have had children literally die. Okay, and the cost of trying to keep them alive over a couple of years forced them to sell their house or file for bankruptcy. Mm-hmm. And if you say you care about people, why would you want to put someone in this particular type of predicament? You have insurance, and it wasn't an insurance company. It was a clinic who has started, because people can't afford their healthcare, they start GoFundMe pages for them. Really? You're afraid of taxes, but you're okay with GoFundMe pages? That makes no sense whatsoever. Why should someone have to go into lifelong debt to pay a medical bill?
The same issue applies. Privately owned insurance companies, debate and structure how much they want to charge.
Lobbyists.
Lobbying, exactly. If you have a public option to where it is well funded by setting the budget from, Congress, which they're supposed to fucking do, and ensuring that their healthy workforce of people that fucking voted them in did right by them, they wouldn't have this problem. You would not have to see families lose their children due to such and such, or, being able to support someone having to stay in a hospital or a psychiatric care hospital or anything of the like to maintain their level of care that they need. Because with certain diseases, with certain complications and medical conditions, certain individuals need to stay at a certain facility for X amount of time until you're either stable. Sometimes it's either lifelong. So they need that consistent maintenance, not trying to fight the disease, consistent maintenance and management of their care so they can have some type of personal quality of life despite whatever they're trying to recover from or what they have to deal with. So if you designate or you keep with these private insurance people, and you just let them do a free for all and structure how much they want to charge for how much they want to charge for this medication or this type of procedure, or you have to do this copay, or we can't cover your birth control because that's not a medical need.
That's one of our deeply held religious beliefs,
right?
That we don't provide birth control. Here's another thing. I feel like these insurance companies, they're making America pay for what they can't charge in other countries.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we got to make this up. So when they talk about uninsured people going to the emergency room and those costs being shifted onto those people who do have insurance, America is the world's emergency room. You know what I'm saying? Because when they charge for aspirin in England is way less than what we pay here, but they know.
Don't get us started on diabetes medication.
Right, insulin.
Yeah,
insulin. So guess what? They're like, well, we can recoup them profits in America. We can recoup that money in America because America will allow us to fucking charge whatever we want.
Exactly.
And then say it's healthcare is a meritocracy here. Quote unquote a meritocracy because if you work hard then you can afford it.
Right.
No,
and
it started as a trust also.
Right. And I feel this strange equivalency to where it costs that much or it's high price because that's quality.
It's the great and we already like when I do the humidor, I might smoke a $4 cigar and it's better than a $20 cigar. So we know that price doesn't always equate to quality.
Not at all.
Right.
So even if I can just steel man that argument that you're arguing against, Haas, let's say they wanted to charge us more so that it actually, not just England, because England, they could probably afford their own shit. Let's say it was like Zimbabwe or someone in the South Sudan. And they said, okay, I'm going to charge you guys double what I'm charging them. And you're going to help offset some of the costs for other people. I don't think anybody would have a problem with that, but it's not even double. It's like 8 to 10 times
or more, depending upon what it is and how badly they know people need it.
And that's
cancer medicine.
That's the fucked up shit when it becomes predatory as opposed to philanthropic.
It is a very predatory industry.
I don't think Americans have a problem with being philanthropic and being generous with helping other people get medicine because medicine is fucking medicine. Like, what are you going to do without it? Suffer and die. That's what you're going to do. So I don't think we have a problem with that. And I think it's so distastefully dishonest for healthcare companies to act like, well, all the research and development goes into this and this and this and that. That's cool. But you don't have to have all of your people on the board who haven't done anything but staple papers together for 15 years. They don't each need $100 million.
But they gotta have that yacht, man. They gotta have that extra house in the Hamptons.
You could cut some of them costs and actually use that towards helping people. But we're in America, so everything is about who can make the most dollars first.
And that CEO needs that all electric. He needs that all electric Bentley, dude.
You've seen what happened with COVID, like with the vaccine. Shockingly, it's available everywhere for nothing. And I failed. I failed to see. I fail to see how it's bankrupting the country right now. You can go get it for free.
How many
million CVS?
How many million?
Maybe that's just a California thing, but California is not falling into the ocean. Last I checked,
right?
All the millions and millions of dollars they went into the research of that, and then them giving it away for free, still didn't bankrupt those companies because they got government sanctioned money to help fund all of it. It's almost like if one person pays for it, it gets out to everybody quickly, and then the company doesn't have to worry about these things.
Just imagine how much more
clip it, send it to the government right now.
How much more? And we got to think about how much more money would get injected into the economy if you weren't paying fucking healthcare insurance and shit like that.
Well, and that's but also think about the fact that if you have, like, how much money was made in transportation for the logistics part of getting these vaccines out. Yeah, it made a ton of money.
And the freezers that had to get sold.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's all those people. All those people made money off of this. I'm not knocking that. I'm saying that it is added to this economy, right? Yeah. You have had extra jobs that have been created by pushing this vaccine out in the way that they did. And the previous administration handled the beginning of that, so I'll give credit where it's due. They fucked up part of it, but they did at least create the logistics program for it. So, but you have right now these insurance companies are beholden to their stockholders. Okay, they're not beholden to their patients. That is a problem. That will
just
not
like
happen.
Politicians are beholden to the companies.
Exactly. Well, and they're tied together, get money out of politics, right? So these things are all tied together. And when you have when you're companies that are beholden to stockholders over like calculators or dolls or stuff like that, okay, I guess I'm okay with that to a degree. When it comes to housing, education, and healthcare, go fuck yourself. Okay, because these are like on the hierarchy of needs, these are low on the bottom, and they're things that people need. And I'm not going to worry about your fucking stockholders making, and it's not like just Joe down the street who's got $800 in stock. I'm talking about they're beholden to the people who have hundreds of millions of dollars in stock invested in these companies. And those people, and just two real quick other things here. Doctors are not going to all of a sudden quit and become fucking mailmen. Jenna's not going to all of a sudden quit and to say, you know what, I don't want to be a nurse anymore. I'm going to go work at Hardee's because I'm not making $36 an hour anymore. I'm only making $29. So fuck it, I'm going to go work for 10 at Hardee's. That makes no fucking sense. A fucking orthopedic surgeon or a cardiologist who's making $600,000 a year might make $400,000 a year. Cry me a fucking river.
Boo fucking who. In the words of Mike Hammond.
That is not a dig on those people. That is a dig on the fact that yes, I acknowledge your talent, but you are not more important than the three other people standing around me right now or their children. So I am sorry. So one last thing. I promise I'll shut up.
No, it's just write them down.
The cost of healthcare. Okay, and this is like, yeah, okay, go ahead, because this one, I know this one, so go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not going to forget this point. It's a closing argument.
So I don't make a ton of money. I make average middle management money. Since January 1st, I've paid $1,000 into healthcare. I haven't used it at all, but I've paid $1,000, and I have one of the higher packagings because I don't want something shitty to happen to me. My company has paid $22.79. So if you say, okay, if the company is not going to help you there, and now you want me to pay that so that's $3,000 since January. So that you think people just have that sitting around?
Oh, and they take it out before your check even come through.
That's before it's even taxed.
Yeah.
That's just gone. You're muted, Dutch.
You're muted. He's still talking.
Sorry about that. Let's not absolve unions on this either, because they're a big part of this particular problem, because they want them dues. They've stopped working for people over the past 20 years.
I didn't talk about the $200 in dues I paid just so that I could have a job.
Bro.
Just so you can have a job. And they when they first started with the healthcare thing, they were against that. They were a big problem against a national healthcare system, and they still are. So just because they sometimes rally for good causes, they're also rallying for their fucking pocketbooks. So they can fuck themselves with that as well. It does not stifle innovation, because last I checked, government funds 90% of the fucking innovation that's out there, and it's done at universities like University of Chicago, Stanford, etc., who are getting these research grants to look into this, to look into new innovative medicines. So the fact that that's going to not be included is false, because it is included. It's part of the Sanders plan. And last but not least, they say, oh, it's going to cost $32 trillion over 10 years. Now, there's studies that show it's as low as 25, but let's go with the higher one. Let's say it's even 40 trillion. Let's say it's 40 trillion. Okay, because that's I've seen estimates as high as 52. I've seen them as low as 25. The median seems to be
median
in the 30-ish ballpark, right? So we'll even push that up to $40 trillion over 10 years.
Push it up.
The cost that we are paying now, if every cost stayed the exact same as it was when the last research came out, which was in 2019, if it stayed exactly the same as it was in 2019, we would pay $42 trillion. So last I checked, that was less. So if I can give you something that is better or just as good, have every person covered so that these precious babies, and this is going to sound mean, I'm not meaning to say mean, but these precious babies that you want so badly to be born can actually get covered after they're born. I'm not digging on pro-life here. I'm just saying, continue with that after they're born. Don't stop there. You fuck.
But that's the thing though. Like year one, it costs the 40. Year two, it's not going to be that, because the people aren't sick anymore.
They'll be healthier. Right.
When you have a healthier populace, it costs less.
Yeah. You mean year 1 through 10, it'll cost the 40, but yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like over time, the cost just goes down. So when everyone just throws up 40, the 40 though, don't forget about the 40. It's like, yeah, it's the 40 now, but I also don't just like look at a house and say like, yo, I know that house is expensive, so I'm just going to buy the yard first.
Yeah.
No, you buy the whole house and then it starts to, you know what I mean? Like you pay it over time. You don't pay it all at once.
Right.
And I'm sorry if they don't get to put a waterfall in their fucking lobby.
Right.
You know,
that price now, so we can get our shit right.
Right.
Exactly. What's more important? Putting a fucking statue of the owner in front or saving lives?
Hey, I don't know what that owner's ego.
What them glutes look like.
You know, do you know who the worst governor in the history? This is a totally off tangent point, and then we'll get to the humidor in a second. But you know, the worst governor in the United States history plausibly was Brigham Young.
George Ryan.
No, George Ryan doesn't even make my list. Brigham Young was probably the worst governor in the history of the United States. More statues. He's certainly on the list. But you know who's got more statues of him than anybody? In the western half of the United States, Brigham fucking Young does.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why is a guy who literally was committing genocide? Anyway, so I'm going to do this. We got to move on. I know Haas has to go. We got to play a game with Jena. Closing quick thought. I've given my soapbox. You've heard from all the conservative friends. Jena, your show. Closing argument. Why are you such a big advocate for Medicare for All? And what would it mean to you as a nurse?
Well, I'm an advocate because And I'll say this kind of story in reference to apply what I mean by this and everything, and to represent why I'm an advocate. Fortunately for me, under the organization that I work for, which provides my healthcare coverage, I don't have to worry or even think about how much of that cost is per month. I pay nothing. I'm sure a portion of whatever how they structure it comes out of my check, sure. But given the organization I do work for, which I won't mention, I get paid way more money than if I worked outside of this particular company. And the fact that I don't have to come out of my own pocket once I get paid by said company to pay my monthly insurance. Plus the coverage is for the most part very good. And my copays and everything are almost very little to nothing. I recall about a month ago, for a certain medical condition that I needed to get a radiological procedure done. I only paid $5 for that appointment. That was it. I mean, easy. You have that, maybe just regular change. I speak daily with patients I have built rapport for. I work in a department which supervises health education more geared towards bariatric surgery. And so this particular patient that I was speaking with obviously was very upset on the phone with me, that she was told by one of my case managers that she had to get the same type of radiological procedure I just got done a month ago. And she's stressed because she wants to get a certain type of surgery procedure done, but she has to go through this particular phase first.
Mm-hmm.
And she had to pay out of pocket $945 on top of whatever copay just to check in for that appointment, versus my measly $5.
It's the same thing, though.
It's the same. Yes, it is. But the benefit that I have is that I'm an employee. But for if you do not work for a said company and you are a patient trying to buy into this private insurer, cost is a hell of a lot more. It is.
So this sounds like a really good plan. Just real quick, can I get on that plan? I have Kaiser. Can you please? I want to come see you. I want to use my Kaiser insurance.
Ain't about the plan, dog.
No. Can I use my Kaiser insurance there?
Over drinks. Can we just?
Yeah.
Got a really big load.
I don't know about that.
Load for you. No.
I don't know about that, but as a note, I am single, so if you marry me, you are covered.
Oh well,
just throwing that out there.
Are you interested in Mormonism?
If it's not about this, then you got your healthcare covered.
Well, I am converting to Islam, so I'm looking. But my point though is, but then you have to convert to Islam as well. If I can't if I can't use my insurance to come see you, why? I thought I had freedom to pick my own doctor. Wait a minute. So are you telling me that my insurance company only has certain people in network?
Yeah.
Wait, I thought
in
that
network, out of network type of bullshit.
Okay, but hold on. So if we switch to a universal healthcare system like Medicare for All, would I be able to come to you then and see you?
Yeah.
So wait, what are you telling me that I would have more freedom under a Medicare for All system than I would under Kaiser?
Where's my air horns?
Pretty much.
Ooh,
you probably wouldn't have to.
Okay, is a hell of a drug.
You know I'm totally off script right now.
Damn, he hit all the buttons. What the hell?
I can't fucking believe it. So you've just not only is it less, but I can go anywhere. I have freedom of choice.
Go where you want to go, bro.
The only thing that we have to kind of do, and I want your kind of opinion on this, is this system would displace people who work for insurance companies.
Oh no!
What do you think of the plans? What do you think of the plans that were? Well, there's plans for this though within the Bernie Sanders system, right? So, like, have any of you done any research on that particular part where the programs that were put into place to help these, guys who are going to need new job training?
I have not, unfortunately.
Well, guess what? It's there in the fucking plan.
Oh shit.
So like, it's not going to like give you a new job somewhere, but it has safeguards in place for that. So, oh my God, they've got it covered. Yes, it's a problem and it's not 100% solved by the plan, but it's a working problem that we can cover as a country.
So wait a minute. So the free markets are totally, it's a viable option when it comes to people having to pay for health insurance. But when health insurance gets shut down and those people have to enter the free market and compete with everybody else, now the free market is bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's funny that. It's funny.
Irish Swede is going to start his own economics office. It's going to be an office where you can hire him as an accountant.
Bro,
he also will be your doctor.
He is doing my taxes next year.
He's also going to cure your ailments at the same time and will teach you Taekwondo.
And
so it's like
math homework.
No, he doesn't do that anymore.
It's called Swede Kwando.
That new math.
is Swede Kundo.
Look, he can't figure out. Irish Swede can't figure out that new math either. My daughter gives me this homework. I'm like, what the fuck? Who wrote this question?
Man, fuck that shit, dude. What they call it? The what method?
Oh,
I don't even know. But I don't know what it's called. All I know is that it's got to be way simpler than the way that they phrase it. Anyway, so there we go, Jena. Thank you. We have to move on because we have to cut the show short a little bit today.
I still got an hour.
What we're gonna play? Let's play our game with
you got your time zones messed up, homie. We still got a bunch of time.
No, I thought you said you. Oh, okay, well, let's play a game with Jena anyway. We're gonna play prank one, marry one, snap one.
I promise not to put myself in there.
Who would like to? So are we going to be? So are we going to? Are we going to be mean here? Because we said we were going with the hard ones now.
Pause.
So we all got to stay. We all got to stay on the same ilk. Okay. So
I can come out. You want to come? You know what?
Mikey goes first because based on his, I'll know kind of where to go.
Yeah. Let me set it up.
Okay. I was going to say Charlie.
I'm throwing you the oop. I'm throwing you the oop, Mike.
Yo, give me that shit off the backboard, B. You know I'll be there. So we're not going to make this easy.
Okay.
And no, we're not making this easy. No, I'm thinking now, you know what? Number 1, Chadwick Boseman.
God damn it.
In her face. Let's go. Run the fucking board.
Okay.
She's not getting anywhere. We're going to make her sweat tonight thinking about this shit. No, we're going to break a heart tonight on screen.
Michael B. Jordan.
Woo!
Okay.
Good answer.
Okay.
Good answer.
I like how so far it's mostly black men. You know,
go with Derek Jeter. Give her Derek Jeter.
Hell no. Fuck that.
Derek Jeter's like 87 years old.
That's not even a challenge.
See, like I was gonna go with a black dude, but I know he's. You know what?
Charlie.
For reasons of my own, I'm gonna go with an older black gentleman.
I'm gonna change mine.
Okay.
I'm gonna fuck it up. I'm gonna change mine. Salt Bae.
Who is? Oh, Salt Bae.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we got Salt Bae.
Salt Bae and Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, what's good? Now what's good?
Yeah.
Well, I knew you was gonna marry Chadwick anyway, so I gotta fuck it up for you. Yeah, I know you. I figured that. So no, Salt Bae and Michael B. Jordan. Haas, don't give her no room to breathe.
All right. So I'm gonna. Swede read my mind. I'm gonna go with the man of many talents.
Oh,
and the heartthrob of millions.
Oh, good one,
Mr. Idris Elba. Ooh, that's who I was thinking about. That's why I was like an older gentleman, you know, because I'm older.
Distinguished. He's got a big accent.
He's distinguished. He's established in his ways and his methods.
Many talents.
Kickboxer,
DJ,
producer, rapper, singer,
actor.
I hear money.
Producer.
All right, I'm ready.
Let's hear it.
Okay, let's go.
I will marry Idris Elba.
Oh, yes.
Nice. That's a solid choice.
I will.
Now you fucked. Now you're fluffed.
Actually, I'm not. It might be just a little bit of a, maybe it's a bit of a surprise. I don't know. We'll see. I will.
Dutch, you're in trouble.
I assume to lose, so it's okay.
I will prank Michael B. Jordan and snap Salt Bae.
No!
Fuck you, Mikey!
I lose.
Yeah. I'll prank Michael B. Jordan into thinking I'm actually white, so he would probably date me.
Oh.
So there you go.
Bam! Bango! She got the shots going.
Oh, time for the humidor.
But you know what prank means here on the podcast, right?
It means you pick up the phone and you call them like the Jerky Boys.
I have the pleasure not to introduce who I believe is one of the baddest motherfuckers in the world.
Welcome to the Humidor with Big Haas. Find out what Haas is puffin' and drinking today. If you try his suggestion and you die, that is natural selection, and the VFU podcast is not responsible for you being weak effing sauce. Now, the one, the only, Big Haas.
I'm not on drugs.
Oh.
Big Haas, baby. Tell the audience what you be smoking.
I think he just spit up in his pants.
Almost swallowed that smoke. Pause.
Crack-a-lack-him. You're gonna love my nuts.
Let me keep my finger on the button here.
Why, caramba? I'm speaking.
I love her voice. Oh my god.
All right.
Say it here.
So,
Imitate it, Jenna.
I'm speaking.
I'm speaking.
I'm speaking.
I'm speaking.
She's just as good. Go, Haas. Now that you've spit up in your pantalones.
it takes more than that.
Not much.
Shit.
Professional.
In the room with me.
I seen him watching that Method Man Red Band shit. I almost had to walk out.
Real metal genius.
Here's to you,
Mr. Cigar.
Great fucking cigar smoker. All right, so today I went with the brand that I have faith in. I went with the blend that I smoked before, but I went with a different Vitola.
Oh, okay.
With this blend, I usually smoke the Robusto, which is a shorter one. Okay, about 5.25 or so. Today, I went with I went with the Churchill. So it's about 7.25 long.
Ooh.
Okay. It's about 7.25 long and
Plenty.
50 ring gauge. Okay. So it's a nice ring gauge, but it's not too super thick, as you can see. Like I'll smoke 54s and 60s and 64s that are a lot bigger around, more girthy. But this is a nice, Churchills are traditionally smaller ring gauge, but it's still a pretty good ring gauge. All right. This is the Alec Bradley Prensado Lost Art Churchill.
The Lost Art.
Hey, dog, them cigars will fuck you up. They're not healthy.
Oh, look at these fools.
I'm
Get
all
out of
right.
here.
I'm doing okay.
Where my little bottle that I spray the cats with? Get these little motherfuckers out here.
Hey, don't be spraying that cat. You'll get it all moist.
Ooh, moist.
I like moist cat.
This cigar is one of my favorites in the Robusto form. In the Robusto Vitola, I really liked it. But the Toro is a lot better. I mean, the Churchill is a lot better for me. Now, the Robusto is shorter, but a little thicker ring gauge, 52. So what happens is you get a little less wrapper.
But I'm not a rapper.
Because with the bigger ring gauge, that means there's more filler as well as and so because there's more filler, there's less wrapper leaf. And the wrapper, if you're not familiar with other humidors where I talked about this, the smaller the ring gauge, the more wrapper you get. And the wrapper of the cigar provides the bulk of the flavor profile that you experience.
I don't have time to go into the picture because I forgot to do it.
Okay.
But teacher, question here. What you're you're telling me that the wrapper holds all the flavor? How is that?
Most of the flavor.
That's a tobacco leaf. How is that different than the filler leaf? Is it the same leaf that they just lay out on like a sheet of paper and dry it in the sun for 36 minutes?
All the leaves,
Tell me.
all of the leaves are pulled, are laid out and dried. They're not laid out. What happens is they're allowed to grow. They're cut and they are hung in the warehouse.
That's
allowed to dry.
That's
okay. Now
it's over.
Whereas the wrapper of the cigar is the leaf that you see that when the cigar rollers are rolling, and you'll see that wrapper, and it's laid out nice and flat, and they roll it into the cigar and do all the little fancy cuts and everything. The filler leaves are actually bundled. Okay, so they kind of take them and bundle them. All right, stop. That's the pepper grinder. Anyway,
not the Jill Scott. I love me some Jill. She was wild. No. Jill was wild on that night.
She was. So
what
the binder, the filler leaves are bundled. Then the wrapper, the binder is wrapped around the filler, and then the wrapper goes around the top like that. Okay. So if you've got a smaller ring gauge, that's less filler. All right.
More
and
wrapper.
the filler is the part of the tobacco that is like the assistant. It assists and adds a little bit of other nuances and things like that.
The Dwight
to the
Schrute
cigar, to the profile of the cigar.
The Dwight Schrute of the cigar.
Yeah, it's kind of like
office joke. Sorry.
Yes. So, but the wrapper contains the bulk of the flavor notes and other profile nuances that you get. So the smaller the ring gauge, the more wrapper you get because there's less filler. Okay. So the Churchill has a little bit more wrapper, which means I get a little bit more flavor, which is one of the reasons why the Churchill Vitola, if you can afford it, is usually
the most flavorful.
It's preferred among enthusiasts because they want to get as much flavor as possible. Now, the Lancero, which is even thinner of a ring gauge, it'll be like 33 to 34, maybe sometimes 38 ring gauge.
I think they call that the famine.
Then you get
stop it. Stop it right now, Dutch. You were out of control.
With the Lanceros, it's almost all wrapper. Okay. So you get a whole lot of flavor out of those. But they're not very popular in today's cigar culture because today's cigar culture leans towards the medium to larger ring gauges, which will be found in your Toros, your Churchills, your Robustos, your Gordos, things like that. Okay. So
tell them.
This cigar is actually the sequel.
Yes.
To the 96 rated #1 cigar by Cigar Aficionado of 2011.
Tell them again.
The Prensado Lost Art. This is a full body cigar, all the way full.
Full body. Okay. That's the move. That's the wave.
Now, a lot of people they're intimidated by full body cigars, but I love them because you get so much flavor from them. Okay,
they ain't got the equipment to do it.
They scared.
Sometimes you got to have the right equipment to handle the full bodies.
The right equipment. That's right.
Thicker is better.
So, this is made up of Dutch,
Nicaraguan,
and Honduran tobaccos. Okay, the wrapper is a Honduran Corojo.
Now,
Corojo, you tell me.
Now, Dutch and Haas, I'm going to delete the internet channel, delete the podcast, if you don't get something from fucking the Dominican Republic. I haven't been able to say shit in a month and a half. This is some bullshit. Dutch always gets to say his thing, and I haven't been able to say nothing. It's not fair. Just lie about.
I agree. República Dominicana. Mm-hmm.
Now just think of
just lie and say that like
there's a lot of
to-
cigars. The country of choice right now for a lot of cigars is Nicaragua. So when you get a Dominican, it's almost a rarity. And
República Dominicana.
and especially for full body cigars, because something about Nicaraguan soil, it just speaks well to when you're trying to blend a full bodied cigar. Okay, so
I know. I just feel left out.
I'm sorry.
Maybe you can be like, hey,
ask more
it's
questions.
maybe you'd be like, it's not from Mikey, and then I'll say it.
Okay.
You know, just so
Next
I get
week.
to play. I just want to
Next
play.
week. Next week.
Wants to be included.
So
it's garbage minutes at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Let me get a layup. Damn,
So-
coach. Can I get a layup?
as far as profile is concerned, you get some coffee notes. Some might say espresso.
Jackie Brown.
You get a little bit of leather, and I'm so glad that my palate has expanded enough where I can feel that leather. And then you also get pause. You also get some pepper as well with the cigar. All right, and if you're pairing it with the right thing, you get a little bit of molasses. Not it's kind of a sweet note. It's it might be molasses. It might be just a syrup. And nuts, pause, and a little woodsy note. Okay. And I just so happen to be pairing my cigar with coffee today. Now, normally I drink something alcoholic, but today
You're gonna love my nuts.
I went with coffee. Now,
hello, Jena.
you take a sip of the coffee, and then you take a puff.
How are you today, love?
Oh, that's bad.
Mutes out all of the pepper. Don't get any pepper note. The coffee note is enhanced, of course, because it's coffee, but also the sweetness of the cigar comes out as well. So
I hope it does.
The coffee, the sweeter.
Womp, womp, womp.
I'm speaking.
okay. So
I think it is a center, teacher. Center your chakras.
So if you look,
yes,
it's a nice, smooth cigar, not too veiny.
Not a lot of veins in
Right?
there.
Not a lot of veins.
Pause.
Now,
Interesting.
there's one big throbbing. No, there's a vein right here.
Yeah, Jesus.
Comes down. It kind of comes on an angle right through there. It
comes through the shaft.
There it is. There it is right there. You see that?
It comes at an angle.
Comes right through
It's
the
right
shaft
there
of the
at an
cigar.
angle. Pause.
Correct.
Yeah.
Comes down through there at an angle. Right?
Kind of
Right.
tapers off as it gets thinner.
Right. Towards the
And
end.
it's
there.
very bulbous at the end.
Yeah. So as you can see, the burn line
Somebody needs a Tinder account. Okay, we're gonna hook
very
you up at the end of the day.
even for the most part. I have not had to touch this cigar up because it went out once, and it's a Churchill.
That's
So that's
impressive.
7-inch. Okay. And I never had to touch it up because, oh my God, it's out all the way through. Consistent all the way through.
Teacher, a quick question here. I noticed that there is a new student in class.
Mhm.
She acts like she's taking notes, but I can clearly see. Sorry, student, I'm gonna snitch on you here. She's not actually taking notes. She's on her phone. She's on Facebook. She's swiping left and right on something called Talindar. I don't know what it's. Some game, I assume. Could you maybe give her a pop quiz and test some of her? Flavor Levin. Maybe some terminology for cigars and just see if she knows it.
Okay. All right. So
Hey, nerd. Fuck you.
I did my homework. You should have done yours.
So earlier, I said that I had this cigar before in a different starts with a V?
I think he's talking about something that refers to the
Shape of the V, homie.
The length and shape of the cigar.
I said I've had this brand before, and I've had this cigar, this particular blend before. And I said, but I had it in a different
It's not vein.
Yeah.
She's stuck on the vein.
I'm stuck on the vein.
Vitola.
Vitola.
And that refers to the different shapes and sizes of cigars.
I apologize. My pronunciation is just bad.
It's okay. It's okay. See me after class.
Maybe she thought that this was a Puro. Do you even know what a Puro is, student number 3?
Who's student number 3?
You.
That's you.
Oh, me.
What's a Puro?
Or Puro.
Puro.
Puro
from República Dominicana.
Is that the wrapper?
No.
It
is. Well, the wrapper.
Yes, that's one part of it.
Binder.
Okay.
And the filler all come from the same company, the same country. So if it was a Dominican Puro, every component of the cigar would come from the Dominican Republic.
Understood. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So this cigar,
just again proven why I'm student number 1.
The Alec Bradley.
Shut your mouth, student
Prensado Lost Art.
Holy fuck, it's Hellboy.
It was rated 91 by Cigar Aficionado, which is very high.
Damn.
Wow.
And it earned it all. You see how far I am down on a 7-inch cigar, Paul.
Oh, yeah. You're deep. That's for
I'm telling you, no gag reflex. And
horny.
It is still like a lot of cigars. As you get towards the cap, it starts to get a lot more bitter.
No bulbous head.
Well, the head would be down at the bottom, but that's called the foot of the cigar. Okay, the open end is the foot. This rounded top here. Oh, I'm sorry. This is also a soft box press, which means it's kind of flatter here, but it's rounded on the sides there. Okay.
Can relate.
And I use the V cut, of course. That's my favorite cut. I like a V cut.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, like I said, I'm down here towards the very end of the cigar, down here towards the cap where I cut it. And it is still just as consistent in flavor profile with subtle changes as far as pepper and other things, notwithstanding, as it was when I first lit it. Nice. So the consistency of the cigar is great. That means that this cigar was constructed beautifully. The tobaccos are of high quality. Okay. And I'm going to go 4.87.
Woo!
Wow.
Is that
4.87.
Is that the highest?
No. I've had cigars.
4.9 last week.
4.9, I think, is the highest.
Like 2 weeks ago.
And
light your cigar.
And the thing is this cigar costs less than the one I rated 4.9.
See?
Just a little bit less. And that 4.9 cigar is pretty expensive, but it was great. Okay, so I would buy a box of Churchills tomorrow. I might just do that. Anyway,
I won't tell.
I don't tell nobody. It's just between us.
Won't tell.
Smokey back here taking a shit.
I ain't gonna tell nobody else. So this is a great cigar. This may be my summer by the pool, chilling out cigar, watching the kids frolic in the pool. Because I know that I can jump in the pool, throw the kids around, almost drown them, then get out, and this cigar might still be lit. And that's a great thing. And I know that also when I take a puff after a couple minutes or a few minutes of being away from it, that it's going to still have the same consistency and quality of notes and nuance that it had when I left it. So 4.87. I paired it with coffee.
4.87.
That's right.
I hate you.
And I
hate that you remembered them. I hate that you remember them.
Yes.
I hate them.
Student number 3. Everybody else, shut up. Student number 3.
I do have a question, Professor Haas. So, the length of the Churchill.
Yes.
7
Is it
inches.
over 8?
That's
Yes.
correct? Okay.
7.
You got a hook in it?
How long? Just a follow-up question. How
Yeah.
long did it take for you to smoke that Churchill?
How many pumps?
I lit it.
Puffs.
I lit it
It's lit.
right after we started, so about 10:05, and it is now 12:09.
12:09.
So as you can see, it has a lot of staying power. It's a nice, long, slow smoke, especially when you tend it properly.
Yeah. It takes. Does it take quite a while to get the full flavor of it?
Like I said,
Innuendo, honey.
the consistency of the flavor profile is consistent throughout, but there are moments where the sweetness takes over from the coffee, and then you might get a little bit more coffee. Then the pepper kind of takes over, So it's like it undulates.
Undulates. Okay.
Yes. So you get some. You'll get some. The nuts and the pepper
love my nuts
in the front, and then I got more coffee, so it kind of slowed down and got a little smoother. Then as I'm getting towards the end, it's getting more peppery. It's getting more.
Oh yeah.
Feeling
it, feeling the
as you're getting towards the end there.
Feeling the throb towards the end. Okay.
Yeah. All right. This is Uncle Ruckus, no relation. I know you coons love to drink liquor on a work day. So what have you paired with your what do you got paired with that there?
I told you. I had coffee today. Not even
no
liquor.
No liquor in that coffee?
Just coffee. Just coffee. Just coffee today with a little cream in it.
Well, I'm still gonna tell Tucker Carlson that you've been drinking on the show.
He's a socialist.
Well, technically, I was drinking on the show, but it wasn't.
There you go. He just done confessed.
Yeah, I knew Jena was coming on, so I didn't want any alcohol to get my inhibitions down.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah.
I wanted to be.
Y'all a trip.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Match.com sponsored humidor for the day.
Appreciate you, Professor Haas.
I love the fade in to white. Fade into white.
I love how I fade in there. There you go.
Fade to white.
Anytime, Jena, just reach out and touch me.
Oh, I will reach out and touch.
If you have any other further questions, my office hours are 9 to 5.
The one time that Sam watched the show, it's a shame.
9 to 5. I hope I get to stay the whole time of your office hours, Professor.
100%. I want to make sure you get as much knowledge as possible.
She's going to wear the Britney Spears outfit and stay after class.
Please, by all means, fill me up with your knowledge.
Yeah. Redtube.com.
Mikey's going to kick my ass.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm sorry.
Great cigar. Great cigar.
Reach out, touch me, face. Good job there. All right. So
politics. Politics, am I right?
Can we do a sports? Can we talk about sports a little bit, or you got something else?
Yeah,
you want to
actually,
talk
Are you talking about the NBA? That's the only sport that matters.
I do want to get sports related though. I do a quick question for you, Haas. You never gave a reaction to Justin Fields being drafted by the Bears, and I know Virginia McCaskey probably rolled over in her grave yet. She's not even dead, but she rolled over in her grave.
Okay, want me to give you a quick reaction to that?
Yeah, 30-second synopsis. Go.
Okay, sure. All right, so here's what happened. I'm watching the draft, right? The Bears trade up. See how excited I am? The Bears trade up. I'm like, tense. Oh shit. They're about to fuck this pickup. They about to fuck this pickup. Exactly. I said, okay. The Bears just traded up. They're either going to get Mac Jones or Justin Fields.
Mac Jones.
It's the Bears. So Mac Jones. I know that they're going to get Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones. Who? Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Right? So imagine my surprise when they picked Justin Fields. Why is that important? If you're a Chicago Bears fan, if you're a Chicago sports fan, you know that the Bears are highly reticent to the point of never doing it, of trading up to pick a black franchise quarterback. So this is a watershed moment in black sports history. Black Chicago Bears fans rejoiced because they actually moved up to pick a quarterback that was black that has a ton of promise. If you watch this dude play, you know that he is all that and a bag of Vintners salt and vinegar chips.
Don't say that to me. Don't say that to me.
In the bag.
Don't say that to me. Don't say the shake to me. How dare you say that to me? You know that hits me on an emotional level, and that's not fair. That's emotional. That's emotional hostaging, and I won't have it. I won't have it. I won't have it.
Hot sauce in the bag. Shake it up.
That's a good ass. That's a good ass chip.
If you watched him play, you know that he can. He's a student of the game, so he's not just an athletic quarterback that can run. He is proficient from the pocket.
Objection, Your Honor.
And he can run.
You're using
and
racist
he
white men.
is a cerebral quarterback as well. Okay? Great pick. I was very surprised. And now rumors have been that the ownership family of the Bears, the rumor is that they're preparing to sell. And that could be why they didn't really care who got picked. Because they weren't selling the motherfucking team anyway.
They weren't selling until the pick was made. And
then ownership has to sign off on the pick. You just don't get to pick.
No, I get that, but it's still, don't kill my joke. But the Bears will be better off without him.
Without who? Without the ownership? Oh yeah.
Can I take a second to chastise my young Nubian brother?
What?
Why do you still watch football when they have clearly shown that they don't care about us?
Because we on the show still talked about football, and I didn't watch for what? How many years did I stop watching football? About three seasons.
It was a while.
2.5, 3 seasons.
Two or three. Yeah.
Yeah. And what happened was we would still be talking about sports on the show, and after 2 years, I was so far removed from who was playing that I couldn't really say based on highlights and give input on the show.
Yeah,
so,
and you also have to look at the fact that the players were doing something and the owners were doing something against them.
Yeah.
All those owners in the NFL are not the reason why, you support the NFL. No one gives a fuck about any of the owners. We give a fuck about the players and sometimes the coaches. Right.
And then also the ownership, a lot of owners saw the light and understood what it was all about and changed their tunes. And I also watched to support the players in their actions that they were taking as well.
And not only that, there are still ongoing protests from the right wing towards the NFL. And trust me when I tell you, they're going to take credit for the people who are boycotting it because of the way the black players were treated when they knelt. And they're just going to use those ratings to say, look, the kneeling was bad. They're going to use it for that cause. Now, that's not a reason, that's not a reason to overturn you, Mikey. I'm not counterpunching you with that statement so much as I am just saying that is something that is true.
And also, too, the NFL still made money even though the ratings went down.
Right.
And the ratings went down because they was putting bullshit on Thursday nights, too. They had Cleveland Browns playing before they were good on Thursday night just because they had Baker Mayfield. I'm like, I don't want to see Baker Mayfield get his ass whooped.
So
his commercials are funny, though, the ones where he's at home in the stadium.
Yeah, some of those are funny. Yeah, I'm not saying I don't have anything against Baker Mayfield. I have seen improvement from him as a player. So I don't have anything against him. It seems like he's kind of toned down a little bit and been humbled by the league. And instead of Johnny Manzielling it when he got humbled, it seems like he said, "Oh shit, this is real. I got to really start getting in the film room. I got to really start taking this seriously and not just going off improvisational talent." So I'm glad to see. I'm actually glad to see his maturation because I pegged him as somebody who would go the route of Johnny Manziel and probably party himself out of the league. And it seems like he's cut that. So we'll see. We'll see this year. We'll see this year. But
so would you say maturation? Yeah, I heard that. I heard him slip that one in there. Pause.
Just you felt a little pressure at first, but then it was okay.
I can't even with you right now. So would you say that the NFL has either A, largely changed its tune, B, become more socially tolerant, C, become socially aware, or D, none of the above?
What was the second one? Socially tolerant?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that they're more socially tolerant, motivated by money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think that they know that the optics look good for them to show a more tolerant face.
Thereby, they're trying to capitalize on it.
I think that they still have a lot of things that they need to change. Okay, because you look at the number of black head coaches in the NFL. Eric Bieniemy still doesn't have a job, but a dude that was the special teams coach with no OC
special teams, dude. They got Farmer Fran out there,
and
well, he was light skinned enough.
No. This dude is Caucasian skinned.
He's biracial. Dude,
not Joe Judge. Joe Judge,
the guy from the Texans.
No, I'm not talking about him.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Texans coach.
No, he's black. That dude's black. I'm talking about Joe Judge, who got hired. Joe Judge got hired last year, and was a special teams coach, and then the coach of
at Minnesota, right?
No, he was the special teams coach of the Patriots. I thought. Anyway, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Then this year,
you are fake news.
It's the Eagles. They hired a dude that was his title was offensive coordinator, but he didn't call any plays.
Mm.
And he's now the head coach. And Eric Bieniemy, who is the architect of one of the most prolific offenses we've seen over the last few years, is still looking for a job as a head coach. So there are definitely some things that need to change. I will say this. There are a lot more black general managers in the league now than a few years ago, which I applaud.
Yeah.
I applaud Brian Flores in Miami, all the minority coaches. Ron Rivera.
Tomlin and Flores are probably two of the other than Belichick are probably the up there. But the problem is,
they had no expectation that Brian Flores was going to do as well as he did. And I also want to give a shout out to Bruce Allen.
And drafting as well, by the way, because he has a hand in that.
Yeah.
Those guys have accumulated. Look what they did to Houston.
Mm-hmm.
They took all their picks for nothing.
Yeah. And and I also want to give a shout out to Bruce Arians of the champion Buccaneers, because his entire coaching staff is either black or female under him. Pause.
Yeah, and the biggest problem with the NFL, and this is not just the NFL, this is all professional sports teams for the most part, they're owned by old white guys who have generational money.
Yeah, and most of these guys inherited their money.
That's what I said, generational money.
Mm-hmm.
So they not only is like Jerry Jones, for example, 80, 75.
No,
so
he's either in his 80s or he's knocking on it. He's not 75. He's like 78 or 79.
Right. So he up there with Biden. Wow. So he's not only from that day when they, part of the 50s where, everything was so great,
right.
Air quotes, but also you
he's 78. He's 78.
And you add in the generational wealth to it.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot be more disconnected.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's like Nancy Pelosi, like disconnection.
Oh, here we go. He had to get a dig in on Nancy.
She's disconnected. She's disconnected.
A lot of those politicians are disconnected. Look at the makeup of Congress.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. But she's Speaker of the House right now, so she gets the microscope. Sorry, because she's an elitist, disconnected, establishment, corporate Democrat who give a flying fuck about anything except pandering to the same donors that Ted Cruz and Mitch McConnell have. So she can kiss my ass.
She's from our state. Show some respect.
Yeah, and so is Feinstein, and she sucks too. How rich are the Feinsteins? So it's that we have in California, we have a shitty ass fucking Speaker of the House. We have a shitty ass senator. I don't know that much about the new guy, the Hispanic dude. Except
I voted for Shahid,
and I'll vote for Shahid too. And then we have Gavin Newsom, who's another elitist ass, is out there fucking around and pretending he gives a shit.
Ooh, so Jenna, get him. Get him, Jenna.
No, I'm not a fan of
that. That's Jenna's man.
You better don't you touch Governor Handsome.
No.
Touch Governor White Teeth.
She said Governor Handsome. She called him
Governor Handsome.
I call him Governor Handsome.
You leave Gavin Veneers alone.
Yeah.
Got them veneers handsome.
He also is sleeping with Kayleigh McNamee, allegedly.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you.
All right, so Jenna, tell us as we close up here. Tell us
where to find
all about you, where to find you, and how I can sneak into your DMs.
Okay.
Try to slide in. Try to slide in.
And do you date married men? Because no,
dude.
Oh, hey, he's married man, so we just want to make sure. You home wrecker, you.
Michael, hold together. I hold together.
The candle smoke hit me.
That sandalwood got to me.
Got in my orifice.
I was inundated by the beechwood smell.
Well,
Tita would do that to you.
Shit. Well, you can find me typically sitting in on Neil the 64 Atheist stream sometimes on occasion. I'm often trolling your good old boy Michael Famine around the yard. Over
Stop
on the
calling
bin.
me Michael Famine. What is this?
What
is
what?
this?
Is that not your name?
It's Mikey Famine. Don't be hitting me with the government, Michael.
Don't hit him with his government. The feds is watching. Alphabet boy is listening.
His real name is Banks. His real name is Banks.
Prepare to breach.
But
Michael J. Banks, Esquire.
For me, I am one of the co-hosts off of the ACA shows and nonprofits. I actually, before coming on live, I just finished pre-recording a show that will air this Sunday at 3 p.m. Central.
Where?
ACA, Atheist Community of Austin. It's a live, it's a pre-recorded premiered show that will pop up on YouTube. So,
okay.
Yeah.
What was the subject matter on this show?
Actually, subject matter was one of the topics is a story based out of Southern Carolina where a mom and pop store, a furniture store, got a bag of miniature statued Jesus on a cross, wooden statues, and they slip them in the couch cushions once they make a sale. Yeah. And so that's pretty much the lady would say that's her idea of offering her blessings from God to give it to her, the people that and
you
people
have to message
it,
me. You have to message me and send me the link to that.
Oh,
because I want to listen to that.
It is in the chat currently, and I'm sure Dutch will grab that and put it in the.
I will link you the link. I'll link you the link. It's pretty funny. That's just one of the topics, and just like talking about other things. But
have you had any good guests on that show on the nonprofit?
I have. Yeah, who has been there? Neil, like I referenced, he's been on there. Yes.
Neil, my buddy, my brother from the frozen north. He's north of the wall.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Did he take the oath?
The north?
The king of the north.
Atheist of the north.
Mutual friends, Mikey Famine, Cynthia McDonald. She was conducting the show.
I would love. We should really get Cynthia on DOA. I know it's a time thing with her because she's not too far away from us, Haas.
Okay.
She's in
our neighborhood.
That girl can talk.
She is adorable. She is powerful and she is amazing. And we got to get her on here.
You
for
got
sure.
it. You got it.
Okay.
I'll slip her a whisper.
You got the juice, Jenna. So you got to make you're the one who actually get people on shows. Put a word there for your boys.
She slides into their My Fans, OnlyFans page.
Jenna knows everybody, and Jenna's like way more convincing than we are. Jenna gonna hook us up, right, Jenna? Thanks, Jenna.
You're welcome. Also, Mikey has been on a couple of them.
Hey, your boy.
Yeah, I'd love to be on. We just got to figure out a time.
Yeah, actually,
tomorrow.
Even
said.
better. Yeah, thank you,
Yeah.
thank you, Dutch. Thank you.
If you're listening in past times,
listen, Jenna.
Depends upon time.
I keep telling you. I send them messages, and I feel like I'm shouting into the abyss.
I said time because I have clients in the evenings.
Mm-hmm.
I did put a time,
Plus, it's better from a more authoritative voice, i.e., mine. So, tomorrow evening, every Thursday evening, I have my own. Oh yes. So what? You guys are Central, so that'd be 8:30 p.m.
Let me see.
I can do that.
Is it too tight?
What you see?
Big Hawk? Is it too tight?
It's not tight enough.
We'll loosen it up.
I'm sorry, Mikey. I'm sorry.
Not with that not with that chopstick.
Anyways, I'll just say while you.
Shit! I'm open because pause. I will. I don't have to do the team tomorrow because we worked out yesterday.
Whoa! Pause.
Whoa!
I take my vitamins.
Quadruple pause.
Record it.
I'm doing the whole. What are you, the head cheerleader?
No, I'm the coach.
So then, all three of you are invited.
Sandusky? Yeah.
All three of you,
softball,
providing that Michael Famine. Oh, excuse me, Mikey Famine.
Sounds like
away from his priorities from Neil 604. All three of you are invited on my own personal podcast. I host a podcast every Thursday evening with my friend.
What's the name of the podcast?
We Are Sober Podcast.
We Are Sober.
Yes, we refer
to
ourselves.
So no drinking on the podcast tomorrow. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, well, no. Complete opposite. Please drink. So we refer to ourselves as the International Free Thinkers, and our podcast is called We Are Sober. So it's humbly labeled as If Was podcast. So we stream every Thursday evening, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time, 8:30 Central time.
Oh, look at y'all numbers jumping up. You jumped up like 30, 40 in the last week or so.
So 8:30 tomorrow or 8?
8:30.
Okay, I'm putting you in my calendar.
Yes, I'll send whoever.
I promise, honey, it's a client.
Send it to me. I'll get it to them.
Okay, thank you. I'll send
Thank you.
You're gonna go upstairs and she's gonna be like this.
We don't run long. You guys run.
Oh, I do.
Hella long.
I run long all the time.
You're late, you fuck.
I didn't do it. that time, Mikey. I didn't. I was good.
The price is wrong, bitch.
So yes, please come on by. I love to showcase you guys, get you more followings too.
Is this a video stream? Is this a video stream?
It is a video stream.
Okay, so I'll make sure I shave. I'll make sure to shave.
Clean up real nice.
I try to be presentable.
A lot of people. So please, yes, I'll welcome you all three. And we'll have.
I'm busy.
Time. No, you're not. Shut up.
She's like, no, you're not.
And I got some shit to do.
She put that Jena mind trick on him. You ain't busy.
So she is a single woman. So if you're interested, you can send her a match. Just put out your Match.com. You want us to put it on your profile?
Wait a minute. She's on Black People Meet. Okay.
and on Farmers Only.
Wait, she's on Black Planet.
Oh, you took it back.
If anybody really wants Jenna, if you guys want Jenna's personal phone number, go to patreon.com/digonamerica.
Right.
Hit the $50 tier.
Right.
And I'll see what I can do for you.
You will immediately be texted her phone number and her MySpace page.
Yeah, her MySpace page.
I can make
and
that
her
promise.
AOL chat screen name.
No, not the AIM, not the AIM.
Oh shit!
Vicious and delicious. That was the name of the tag team from WCW. Okay.
Oh,
and do you have a Twitter handle you want to throw out there to folks?
I do. At Jena_BFA, because I label myself as the Black female atheist. So.
Okay, so if you're listening audio, it's JENA. So it's at JENA_BFA, not to be confused with big fucking ass, which would be me.
I have that too, but okay.
Yes, but well, not that kind of ass. I wasn't referring
sorry.
to.
Oh, sorry. I'm confused.
Yeah. Yep.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug.
All right, Mikey, what do you got to do?
Well, seems that time of the show where I come here. God damn it! I can rustle the mic a little bit.
So he takes his headphones off, and anger comes out. Look how angry he is as soon as the headphones come off.
Let me.
Got it.
Oh my god!
I'm coming hat in hand.
Discombobulated.
I'm coming hat in hand.
Please, sir.
Dutch likes to spend all of our money on stupid decals on his shitty motorcycle background. It's not even a real motorcycle. He's just buying decal after decal, and he sticks it on his green screen. It just costs us so much money. So if you
it's background music. Go on.
Yeah, you good. If you have it, if you've got a couple extra bucks, please support independent media. Okay, we gotta cut it because the audio got fucked up when we're trying to put it up. Oh God!
Not them.
We're here to pump you up. With right-wing dishonesty.
Anyway,
propaganda.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go over here, and what's gonna happen is you're gonna put in some pledges, and you're gonna help us get to our next goal. And then once we hit our $100 goal, we're gonna start donating a third of our money that we get from Patreon to a list of charities, including the John Ritter Foundation, Doctors Without Borders. What was the other one that we had?
Diamond and Silk.
Stop it! People are not giving money to them. You stop saying that. But
unfortunately, they are. Unfortunately, they are giving them money.
There's a beautiful
Autism Speaks. And
Autism Speaks
Warrior were the other two.
And Wounded Warrior. There you go. And then the Homie Project.
Oh, Homeboy. Yeah, Homeboy Industries.
Homeboy Industries. If you haven't listened to that episode, dig back. It might have been like, I don't know, 50 back, but you'll see the title there. Once we get to a point where we're taking care of ourselves, then we can take care of the community around us. And then the more we grow, the more the people around us and the people that we love grow. So please, just like Jena has done, hop on in, hop into the Patreon, get in here. I have an idea for some Patreon only content. So instead of us having to do sports talk on the show, Big Haas, the finals are coming up in the NBA. I can get a couple of bottles. We get some fucking ginger beer, sit in the basement, and then we can just record some fucking shit. And guess what? YouTube and everybody can't get pissed at us because it's behind a fucking paywall. We can show you guys whatever we want, but we can only do that if we have the backing to do so. That's part of it. We can do all those things if we have the funding and the support from our community on Patreon. So please go to patreon.com/digonamerica. Drop in what you can. $1, even $1 helps. And
hashtag take my money.
Hashtag
technology. If you can get us to $30,000 a month, we will all quit our jobs and do this.
No, Dutch is going to work because that's going to be split between me and Haas.
Ah, I see. Okay. Thank you for informing me.
Reparations, motherfucker.
Reparations. It's going to be several years before you see a sniff.
No, it was the Hodge. But you see, I'm not on the screen right now. The Hodge twins are talking. So don't they get
their dumbass look on that guy?
Don't they get reparations too?
Tweedledee and Tweedledee.
I'm a lawyer.
Tweedledee and Tweedlecum.
I bet they don't. I bet they don't throw away that reparations check when it come one day.
Yeah, I bet they won't.
You don't want a handout, but we're gonna take that.
And also for all of you audio
listeners, came in the mail, not by hand.
They'll buy me some omega 3s.
And for all of you audio listeners, one way you can support the show for free or even if you're watching for free, subscribe to all of our channels. So make sure you hit us up on YouTube, youtube.com/Dig on America, and also twitch.tv/DOA podcast. Follow us, because the sooner we can get monetized for people just watching, the sooner I have to stop begging you guys for money now. So please support us and follow us in all the ways that are free. If you are in a position to do it in a financial way, that's awesome as well. But thank all of you for supporting us, and we appreciate you guys. And if you guys keep giving us money on Patreon, I'll scream and curse out another pastor.
Yeah, and actually, if you guys want to do something also that's free, that would actually help us quite a bit, is you can go to, if you have an iPhone or a tablet, go to our iTunes. I don't know if it's called a channel, but find Dig on America on iTunes and just touch the 5-star link. Just touch it. All you have to do is touch it. We don't need you to write a review. If you want to, you can.
No, definitely leave us a review. Let us know how we're doing, because we should probably have good feedback. But just don't curse, because if you curse, then they'll just delete it out and we won't be able to see it.
Yeah, but if you want to be lazy, whatever you want to do, but definitely rate the show. I don't care if you give it 4 stars, 5 stars, 6. Rate the show, because once you get to 100, things start to happen with the, I don't know what they use, what their bots use, and what their algorithms are, or anything like that. But apparently, once you get to 100, they push you a little bit more. So I want to be pushed. Pause. Jena wants to be pushed. Haas wants to push. And there we go. And the Hodge Twins want to be pushed. So support the Hodge Twins.
No.
I'm good. Are we good here? Can we go home?
Yes. I got to get up in the morning. I got a class to teach.
Dutch, bring your damn face up here so we can close out.
You don't have to.
All right, guys. So
fading
for
back in.
So for fade to white. So for Dutchman, Big Haas, Mikey Famine, and our guest for tonight, Jena Miyu, thank you guys so much for joining us on this stream. We will see you guys next week. On. Peace.
You are fake news.
I'm speaking.
Inconceivable.